Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We are on episode 245. We're doing the daily color, and as you can tell, this is Small Victories. I ended up having to grab my coloring supplies. We had to go on a little excursion today that was completely unplanned, so my day got derailed. It did not help that I could not sleep. And so we'll talk about that. My parents are leaving tomorrow. I just got a text that they are prepared, they are packed, and they are leaving their home to come here, and they leave tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So hopefully I will be able to get through the filming. I think my mom is really busy packing and trying to get rid of the last things on the property. The new owners have been staying there. This is a property, it's on 5 acres. It has an upper area with the home, a lower area with a 3-stall barn and a pasture, and that's where we actually lived with our fifth wheel. And we had installed a 50 amp service. So these people who bought the place, who've owned it since the 18th, have been staying there a few days a week. My parents have possession till the 28th, but they are leaving tomorrow. So in the excitement of all of this happening, Hub's phone died, like without any warning. He was taking a nap. Somebody called. He silenced the call. The phone went black. He didn't think about it, continued his nap, and then when he got up, the phone would not start. It is very old. So today's excursions were investigating our cellular, a cellular plan bundle with our cable company, cable and internet through Spectrum, which is part of our HOA. So we don't even, it was already here, and so it's not like we have choices, but we do have a pretty good monthly plan, but we needed to get him a phone. So we ended up going into Orlando, the southeast side, to Best Buy. So I grabbed the Small Victories, made an extra copy of the page. I did not know how long we would be. I grabbed the Starjoy Golds, which I have been working on doing the final part of the conversion. I'm finished with the swatching of the master page for the Prismacolors, and I realize I'm talking a lot and not coloring, so I'm just going to get to work coloring, and then I will share the colors in a bit. I have them in my hand here. This was the grab the pencils while in the vehicle. It is officially the first time I have ever tried to color in a vehicle. I have traveled thousands and thousands of miles, but I have never colored, because when I was traveling, I was not coloring. I wasn't even swatching. I had my professional pencils. They were all in the trailer, and I would pull them out and use them for nature and animal tutorials that I would participate in. So it was an experience doing the whole coloring thing. And so I have the image upside down for ease of access to it. I'm using my reading glasses. Being out in the sun all day, even though I did have my sunglasses on, kind of has been hard on my eye. And so I am wearing my reading glasses, which means I can't color way up here where you can't even see. That is just too far away. So I am as close as I can get here. So I have you very close. You're like right by my nose. And so these are the colors that I pulled. I did know that I wanted to have a blend that went from one color range into a different color range. Actually, it spans a couple of color ranges. And then if I liked it, I would then utilize it throughout this whole scene. I have picked out a background color, though in the driving on my mock-up, all I got done was my 5-color blend. Is it 5 colors? Yes, 5-color blend. And then I colored 3 of these flowers, this one, and this one. And I like how it came out. So that is what, as soon as I got home, I discovered that, so because Hub's phone is dead, we had this happen another time where he ended up losing all of his contacts. So he then, the people at the store, this is back so long ago that they still did all this for you. And he used my contacts. Well, this was the scenario, a repeat where the phone just died. So nowadays I said, we made him we made a pact. I didn't even know that my phone, which is a newer phone than his was they're Android phones. He had a Samsung S10. I have an old Samsung S20. So we're talking pretty ancient phones. And they both did work. And I've been backing mine up and I didn't even know it, because the minute that happened to him, I checked out my phone for the backup and found out that, and I'm sure you guys all know this and I'm just late to the party, you get 15 gig free. I already have an SD card that's a large one that stores my images. I have more than one, but lately with coloring every single day, I video every day, and I just erase the videos once they're posted. If my theory with daily videoing, which is different than on my other channel, I do monthly videos that are pretty extensive and take like an entire day to do. It is a long 12-hour day. I guess technically I work one day a month, because that's my main breadwinner over on that channel. But for these daily colorings, I didn't need to keep a supply of the SD cards. So Hub had never used an SD card, so all of his photographs, they are indeed gone. So we are going to get him set up with a backup system, and he can back all of his. We're going to get him set up with an SD card, because the funny thing is, him and I both have never bought into the whole really expensive cell phone deal, though I do have the S20, because at the time he got the S20 and then I had the S10, and then we switched when I started doing a lot more videoing. It ended up that the S10 was a great video phone, but it did not quite have the extra bells and whistles, so it took me a while to get the S20 dialed in. It had a lot more features that I had to get figured out. So that phone is officially dead. I still have before that, I think I had an S7, and it still works. It is still in my drawer. I don't think it's maintained anymore. So, we weren't ready. We are on a fixed income, being retired, and we retired quite young, so we have to watch our pennies, and still just cannot get over how much a fancy cell phone costs. It is pretty insane. So Hub says, nope, I am going to go get a cheap phone. So he walked into Best Buy. We had one picked out, told them what we wanted. I had been in the car. I had done my colors, selected these, had done the flowers. So I did get that accomplished, which was nice in preparation for coloring tonight, because it's now night. It's dark. And the curtains are wide open, and that's okay. So here's my fun blend I'm working on that goes from orange to yellow to pink, peachy pink, to hot pink, which I need to get another layer of hot pink going, to purple. And in a moment here, I will share with you these colors. So I'm going to call this my driving colors. It was bumpy. I was not ready for it to be so difficult. I had to kind of get my sea legs. I had a clipboard that I grabbed. I have lots of clipboards, so I just grabbed the nearest clipboard. After I made the copy, grabbed my Star Joy Gold set, which was sitting there where I had been doing my color combos, and off we went. Oh, I did not bring a sharpener. These were not sharp. I did not bring my swatches, so I had no reference materials. So these 5 completely unrelated colors were just picked by eye. They looked interesting. So I'm going to do 2 more of the flowers, but I'm thinking, because I've did so much talking beforehand, that I'm going to just leave this one flower as my inspiration color, and I'm going to do some spot coloring to try to get as much done as I can. I don't want to focus on just the 3 flowers and that's all I finish. So let's share with you my colors. No, this is not an existing blend or combo. We're just going to call it the truck combo because it was invented in the truck. So a couple of things happened. We are both so it was not something we had planned to deal with the phone today. All right, let's do the colors really quick. The names are on the backs, so I'm just going to give you numbers to make it quicker. 19Y, 72MP, 88S, 2R, 52VR. Now, I have been working with these pencils on the side extensively, so I would have to say that it was fairly easy for me to pick them because I am so familiar with them. It was very hard to do my mock-up because most of these were not sharpened. These are an oil-based pencil. I thank the person who actually confirmed that for me, because I had said in a video that I could not remember exactly what they were, and everything is a mix, so I'm still not sure when they say it's an oily pencil what that really means. These are, though a firmer pencil, the point still does get eaten up, especially for the swatching I've been doing. So I have sharpened these now since I've gotten home, and we'll see how long they last. I am going to set all 5 of them down, and I'm going to grab a background color. So once I got home here and we had to eat, you know, the whole driving and got us out of whack, out of our schedule. This is 77MP. It is a dark blue-green, and I am going to make it my background. So I'm going to do a little bit of work with it because I don't want to lose time with doing one of these per day. I already know I'm going to have to be very careful with how much I actually end up doing. So I am going to take this dark color. It will be going in all of the dark empty spots in the middle of the circle, but the exterior of the circle, all of these exterior elements will stay uncolored. I find that these pencils put down, they go down, you can see they go down even with my medium-ish pressure where I'm trying to work rather quickly. I'm not doing light layers, but they are a layering pencil. They don't just go down full pigment. I don't even feel with them that they would do that very willingly, unlike a Prisma that you can use your heavy pressure and one and done. And I am okay with having to take 2 layers to get these colors down. There's, see these 2 lines? They're just like these lines. So I am going to try really hard to salvage that line. And we will make it a lighter green. I have moved on to a little bit heavier pressure in the effort to get as close to a single layer dark background as I can get, knowing that it'll be challenging. So there's a bunch of little single lines that I believe are for these bigger flowers. Okay, the next color. So that's all I'm going to introduce, that's the background. I then picked, because most of these flowers have a larger, fluffier center, I have to remember I'm upside down too, so I need I grabbed a brown. This was not done well in the truck. The only thing in the truck was this blend and the main petals. So this is 103S, and it is going to be the centers of all of the bigger kind of coneflower slash daisy type flowers. But I also like it for some shadows in the non-green, non-leaf area. I did grab 2 greens, a middle green, I would say, 22GY, and then 120GS. So this flower doesn't have any leaf element to it, but these little 5-petal flowers all do. So I'm going to go in and get this started so we can see all of these different bits. So going to why I did not sleep all night. I mean, I was a little bit distracted by, okay, tomorrow is going to be a non-standard day. I am going to get up. I am going to exercise. I will come back. I know my mom is going to be texting a lot, perhaps calling as she's getting ready to hit the road. And I'm very excited about her coming, and so that also was keeping me from sleeping. However, I had my procedure last week, which all went well, but there is, for me, having a spinal injury like I do, it is temperamental, and I had to have this procedure done on my side, which means I woke up and was pretty stiff. So I was also really busy over the weekend and did not follow my normal exercise routine. For me, the secret to my physical ability to, I don't know, be nimble and comfortable is lots of exercise. The minute I stop exercising, I have problems. So my problems by last night were very apparent that I needed to exercise, and I knew that it was going to be the pool today. And I had already checked the night before to make sure we were still on as planned. I checked the weather because it is weather dependent. But I just had so many bad cramps. One of the residuals of my spine is nerve damage down my right leg. And for the most part, the more I exercise, the better it feels, the more flexible it is. And being that I hadn't exercised, and remember on Saturday was my all day, do my once a month big video that took me, all day. I even let myself finish it on Saturday, which was Sunday. So there's my leaves. And I have 2 blues because I am kind of a middle blue. Actually, they're lilac. They're purple. We'll call them purple. 44 BV and 60 J. And I will be scattering 3-ish elements in using these colors. The first element that I wanted to make this color, of course, is this lupin-like. I call it a flower. It could probably be done as a leaf readily enough. So the cramping, which I am off of medication that when I'm bad, that was kind of an ongoing medication, but I have gotten myself off of it, which means my evening was horrible. And this morning it was horrible. So luckily it was Hub's shopping day, and I'm like, be sure to bring bananas. And I don't even like Gatorade, but it's a good potassium refill electrolyte. So I drank one of Hub's Gatorades in the morning, and then when he brought the groceries home, he remembered bananas, thank goodness. And my crampiness, by the time I hit the pool, it was a little bit crampy, but I was able to do my thing. And then I did a silly thing. I don't think I've ever done this. I forgot to bring my water. It was sitting right here by the door. But because the whole schedule for the day was completely outside of the norm for me, I forgot my water, and that was naughty. Then what did I do? I took a shower. We kind of did a little bit of research, determined our game plan. We were going to go to Spectrum first. You have to get a number. I tried to decipher what the plan, so that's the blue. I'm going to grab one of the blues. I'd like these two. These are a 4-petal, not a 5-petal. We have some 4 petals here, but they have a little like a heart shape to them. So I'm just going to designate those 2 as being one of my balanced blues. Which is interesting because I was actually, I think I'm going to do that. So we did our research. We went to Spectrum. Figured out our plan. We are going to be migrating away from Verizon over to Spectrum's plan, which is a pretty decent plan. It will save us 50% the first year. Hub decided not, because then we came home. We both had lunch, made a game plan for a phone. He decided not to go with, he looked at their phone. He really wants a stylus phone. It's very expensive every month, and it just doesn't fit into what we had prepared to spend. So on phones, I was hoping to just keep the S10 one more year. So we will be moving to Spectrum. We will be saving $41 a month on the plan itself, and he paid cash for this phone. It was supposed to be a stylus phone, only there's a stylus and a non-stylus version. And when it was for the same price, we did not know there was a non-stylus version. So now he has the non-stylus version, and he's like, you know what? It's okay. Because he'll get the good stylus phone next year when this all fits in our plans. So then, the icing on the cake. Well, I decide to go shopping. I have not been to Joann's craft stores. There isn't one near us here in Titusville, so I haven't been to it in a very long time. I am now, so here's all my colors. I've got my leaf, I've got my background. This is like my main combo. This is a little bit of a pop of color. I'm going to go back and do some other leaves with my combo, because now the trick is to do a good job of varying the colors, the 5 colors that I shared with you, the light orange, yellow to peach, hot pink, and purple. So these 5 are they're gonna be in my hand. I do have a mock-up up here. It's kind of far away, so it's very blurry. I don't often do a mock-up as extensive as this one was, and I already will tell you that I changed it up. I had this leaf blue, these 2 were kind of a peach, and these 3 were going to be blue. But instead, I think I want the blue, because I'm looking at it through my blurry glasses, my reading glasses. And I feel like the blue is a little too weighty and linear, because it goes, and remember this is upside down, this line of purple is kind of from a distance. I don't really like it too well, so I'm not going to do it. I will save those 3 flowers for last, and I won't do these 2. We're going to work on all these little ones and try to get the variations going, being somewhat random. I love my somewhat random strategies. So I have to say that in the same strip mall area where the Best Buy is, there was a Joann's, and Hub says, hey, while we're here, do you have anything you need to get, or any place you want to go? I didn't see the Joann's initially, and we tried to go. There's like a place that's similar to Dollar Tree. I've just learned of it recently. And there was supposedly, it ends up that they're building one there. And I didn't know it wasn't all the way built. So we went around the corner, and here's this partially constructed building. And so let's do this one, a purple. Little pops of the darker color. So because that was in the middle of being rebuilt, we made like a big loop, and we were then back in the parking lot, and I wanted to do more digging, so we stopped. I had been in the sun already. We live in Florida, of course. It's 90 degrees. And so we stop in the empty parking lot, and I ask him if he can turn around, because my leg is hot and I'm already got a lot of sun today. So he turned around so that I would be in the shade, and boom, there's Joann's right in front of me. And because I was right getting ready to say, nah, I don't need to do any shopping. So instead I said, hey, I haven't been in a Joann's for years. So he wanted to do some more work on his phone, getting it configured and stuff, before we headed too far down away from Best Buy. So I go into Joann's. Hub has my phone, and I say, hey, do you have any flyers? And she looks at me and says, you can go online or you can use our app. Both of those require, of course, that I have my phone. And I tell her, I don't have my phone. Somebody is using it. She just doesn't even volunteer any more information. So that's that. On I go. Here's my 2 purpley ones. We'll see if I need like a third. I kind of like to balance things in 3s. So I have a third location in a triangular shaped is desirable. So it could be this or this one. That will be the purple. But I'm going to leave that open for now. And we'll see how far we can get. I want to do now a peach. And I'm just going to pick making this one predominantly peach. And we're just grabbing a couple of others. roughing the peach color in, and then we'll kind of see where things are at. So I go into Joann's, and boy, it's different than I remember. Everything's different now. I don't think I have been in a Joann's. In my travels, you know, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I don't really need a lot of card crafting supplies. I used to buy jewelry supplies from there, but I haven't been doing jewelry. I didn't even bring any of the jewelry making stuff with me. Now we're going to we'll just do some, I'm even thinking that these could be more daisy-ish than the purple. So we're going to do one that way and see how it goes, because I can vary the colors on this. So this is the yellow-orange, lightening to the, like a lemon yellow. I don't even know. What is this? Canary yellow. And then it fades to white. So we're going to let that be that way. The first thing I see that's interesting is I'm always looking for lightweight barrettes. Old-fashioned barrettes that clip on the other side. Not a what is it called? Not the kind that just go in, or not the kind that bend. A true barrette that holds your hair in place. I don't really even have any right now that are that way. All right, so now I'm going to pick, we've got the peach, which is this color. I'm now going to do this hot pink. I find a lightweight barrette, it is 30% off. The brand name that they used to carry for like all their jewelry stuff, totally different brand. I curve around and I'm in the kind of the card crafting, paper crafting, scrapbooking area. It's buy two, get one free and 30% off. And I pick some embossing powders because now that I am in a home and I have my old collection of embossing powders from 2016, you know, maybe 10, 15 years old, maybe 20. Those are coming. And I know that I do not have a sparkly black, an iridescent white, and I got a third one and I can't remember what it was. And so those are in my hand. I think they were Ranger brand. I then find my way over to some markers. I find some jelly rolls on the wall. They were near the buy two, get one free, but I didn't want to buy a whole pack, or whole packs, period. They don't sell them individually there. So there's some hot pink. Got two. Hub is closing the curtains. He is up from his nap. Where are we at on our time? We have about 12 minutes left. And I'm telling you, but also saying it so that he knows how long I can expect a color, because I did have to let the phone charge. I'm going to brighten up these peachy ones a little bit. Let's do some orange-ish ones. And I noticed that buy two, get one free. And they are over in the coloring section. And I see Posca pens. I do not own any Posca pens. So I now have a set of metallics. The Sakura Jelly Roll metallics that are kind of more than just, I just have gold, silver, and copper. And my copper, as I said, is very faded. And so I am going to take these yellows and maybe do a little fun center. I'm going to pause because I have Hub's new phone, and I want him to come over and get his new phone because he's probably wondering where it is. So I will be right back. All right, he is settled. This is the joy of living in a small space. We share our space. Even my craft room, it's large, but it is wide open. It's a huge doorway. And when I close the glass doors, which it has 3 big exterior thickness glass doors, it does not have air conditioning. And at the moment when I close those doors, it gets super hot because it is in the summertime here. So what was I doing? I am going to do some more peachiness here. I was talking about my shopping expedition. It's not often I get out to a big box craft store. The only one I have close to me is Hobby Lobby. I have frequented it a few times. I'm very familiar with, the layout and everything. So I just, when I saw that the Posca pens were buy 2 get 1 free, I pushed the button to have somebody come help me. And nobody came. So I had to go to the front, and this gal is on the phone, and she kind of waves me to put my stuff on the counter, and I kind of shook my hand and said no, because I just needed help. I needed to find somebody to help me. So I found somebody else to help me. They came over, we got the pricing of the Poscas, and I did confirm that the buy 2 get 1 free. So if you guys are near a Joann's, it is not limited to buy 2 items. It's increments of buy 2 get 1 free. So I ended up with 6 Posca pens. I got white, gold, and silver. I got the white in 3 thicknesses. I got the gold and silver in the thinnest. I had already mentioned in a previous video that I am going to be working on rehabbing my holiday gold silver metallic pens for card making. And of course, that's the perfect crossover supply. And it will absolutely, whatever I buy will be used on my coloring pages. So I've got the Poscas, I got the metallic, and when I went up to make the purchase, she felt horrible. She is young, and that was her college. She's going to University of Central Florida, and they had called her about something, and she just felt really bad and said, I'm going to give you a discount for me, being distracted like that. Like I did the last people. And so she might have thought that I heard her say that, and she remembers that I'm the one who was asking for help, that she could not give it. So she added a discount, and she didn't add it to the whole thing. She gave me a really decent price on those metallic. I'm looking at this flower now, kind of checking out my balance. I need a 3rd dark. I could do the dark here, or I could do the dark here. And I still need a 3rd blue. This is targeting my 3rd blue. So I'm thinking through out loud so you can kind of hear how I do my design and my layout, color balancing, and what my thoughts are on that. So what I'm saying is my purple is going to be here. I am trying to leave some whites. Also was that a doorbell? I thought I heard a doorbell. He must have been watching something on the screen. So she gave me 40% off the one item, and I think everything was on sale to some degree. And it was just a little bag, my little goodies. And they will be, since they're my first time using Poscas, I'll have to do a little with them. So I now actually have, spontaneously, enough items for, I'm going to try with this purple, I'm going to try the peach, which is actually pink, but it's a peachy pink. That's the nice thing about having so many of these 4 and 5 petal flowers. I can just change up the colors and explore different combinations of them for future reference to see how well they do. I'm going to add just a little bit of darker here on these two. Remember that you can use varying pressure. When I take and I glaze over a dark on the light, I don't have to use hard pressure. I can get a very soft amount of this purple. And every flower can have a little bit of a different amount. Making them different is actually a good thing and looks more natural. Now, here's going to be crazy. Let's add a little bit of yellow to these highlight areas. Fun. I might want to do another one of those with some different color emphasis. So let's do a little soft hint of purple. And then we have shadows. I am somewhat coloring these like it's a flower. It's a Hawaiian flower, and they're here. They grow like straight out of these tree branch looking. We'll see if I remember the name. And they're mostly white with little pink accents. Okay, we're getting down to 1, 2, 3 flowers. And then these 2 big ones, and I'm not going to color these 2. Let's see, committing to blue. Since I've already got 2, I do not want to do these 2 blue. I want to do a single blue. I also know that there's this little hiding daisy-like flower that I want to be in essence white. So I'm just adding a little bit of yellow in the center, like so. That was quick. The blues, I'm going to set down my combo now. Grab my blues. We're at 42 minutes. We've got a couple more minutes, so I might be able to throw in enough detail to give you guys an idea of what this is going to really look like. I have one more use of the, oh boy, I almost remembered that flower name. So needless to say, I got some fun new supplies, crossover supplies. All of them actually can be used for both card making and my coloring, which I am very excited about. Those will be in, I have an unboxing I need to do for a couple of other items that are, I guess, time sensitive. I do not want to wait to unbox them until the end of the month. So these will be, I don't really have any specific plans for anything else to purchase, so this just might be the unboxing for the month. Okay, so this purple is a little different than the others. It doesn't get as dark. And I am going to go right in here. Again, this is the bottom, so I'm adding shadows to the bottom, putting those away, grabbing the brown. This brown is going to be a flower shadow. I'm not using the green as a shadow. It is the background, but it is not the flower shadows. And This is going to be brown with a little tiny bit of a highlight. Add a little bit of brown. You guys will all see this tomorrow for the next circle, which is probably going to be this one right here. I cannot remember at the moment what my next set is going to be. All right, so that is about where we're at. We're at 46 minutes, so I am going to call that done. I will probably do each one of these the same way. I may, depending on which of the other 3 sets, what color choices there are, I may try to build this combo if I can and kind of make it somewhat same color. It will be fun to see if I can actually manage that. So, do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And I hope you will all join me tomorrow for Circle of Flowers number 2. See you then.